Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear my mom.
Do that thing like the thing you do.
Yeah. Happy birthday to you. Woo,
Thank you. Today is my birthday.
Can I just say something?
Oh, duh.
Look at this. I started burning it in the van.
Why?
I don't, because I wanted to walk in and like go,
well, what's wrong? It's in great shape.
Look at that. I'm saying the candle.
Oh, it's in the...
Literally, I started it in the van.
Oh, my gosh.
Yes.
Anyway, well, thank you, honey.
Happy birthday.
Hey, everybody. It's What's on My Mind with Victoria Robinson. Thanks for joining. Today is my birthday. And yesterday was my granddaughter's birthday. She turned 13. And so we were busy all day, and that's why I didn't do a podcast or show yesterday. But today, Tawni got to join, and I know that's why a lot of you are on Instagram right now watching because of her. And that's okay. I don't mind, I had a little bit of something to do with her being here, so I'm okay.
Can we just pause? I'm not trying to take over your show.
It's your show tonight.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm off. It's my birthday.
So, I usually go to sleep with wet hair, and then I just do whatever it'll do. This is bad.
So you're explaining your hair?
Yeah, it has to be explained. Actually, the problem is it can't be explained.
I think it looks good. I like when you do au naturel. Mine's just straight and flat today because I washed it. If you're like me, you wash your hair and it's flat. So I need that dry shampoo, which I didn't do today. So it's looking awful today. Anyway, it is what it is.
It looks good.
So really quickly before we get into the show, and Tawni is actually honestly going to do the show. We're on live on Instagram, so I'm looking up and down, so I apologize. But we're going to talk just about stuff. I told Tawni tonight is her night to interview me, but we'll have a conversation, I'm sure.
I mean, that's what I thought we should do on my way over.
Yeah, well,
I hope Mom will let me.
The Bible talks about the wisdom of the older, and I am definitely older than you.
How old are you today?
We'll get to that in a minute. So I wanted to make sure and talk to everybody about my new book. They lied to us too. If you've read my first book, They Lied to Us, it's about women's stories that shows abortion. So this book is about men who participated in abortions, and all their stories are in here. I want you to know the reason I kept both books under 100 pages is because there's a window of opportunity that we have for when people are about to walk into an abortion clinic, and I want them to see this. And you know what? I probably should have turned off my do not disturb on my phone.
It's okay.
But so if it rings, I'm sorry. But
if
anyway,
you know her number, don't call.
Yeah, do not call me. But anyways, get your copy. If you don't want to buy it on Amazon, I understand. But my publisher was sold to Amazon. That's why it's on Amazon. If you want to get it just from me because you don't want to support Amazon, which, as I said, I totally understand, reach out to me at my website, victoriarobinson.org, and you can get it directly from me. Same price, and I'll ship it to you. Anyway, so today I went to the Planned Parenthood. I wanted to just really quickly say what I did today.
Of course.
This morning I went and stood with Scott Horde Ministries at Planned Parenthood in Nashville, Tennessee. And that's how I wanted to spend my birthday. And it was really awesome. The good part is they were closed today because of construction. But the bad part is a lot of people drove in, which is why we stayed, that thought they were open. So we were able to talk to them, minister to them, and it wasn't as busy because they were closed. But I heard a very interesting story from someone that was there, and she told me that she was at that Planned Parenthood in Nashville months and months ago. And then a woman that she talked to decided not to abort her child. And the doctor that was going to be aborting her child, Dr. Lundy is her name, who performs abortions there. She is also delivers babies at the hospital. So she had been talking to this doctor, saw her for months and months and months because she goes out there frequently. And this particular woman who chose life wanted this woman to be in the birthing room with her after she chose life. So she acted as her doula. Guess who walked in to deliver?
That doctor. Oh my God.
Dr. Lundy walked in to deliver this baby. And she immediately recognized this girl from being one of the women at Planned Parenthood who offers help to these women to not choose abortion. So get Wrap your head around this. She delivered the baby she was prepared that day to kill.
That's nuts.
Is that not crazy?
That's nuts.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Anyway, so that was a story I heard today I wanted to share.
I want to jump more into interviewing you, but I do want to say that I heard someone say recently, so I'm not taking credit for this, but they said, if you cannot figure out where your red line is on these hot topics right now, like abortion, if you can't figure out where is it human life versus a woman's right, my right to choose, you will constantly feel confused and you will constantly feel swayed. Like you'll hear something and go, oh, maybe that sounds good. Oh, but maybe this. So you've got to figure out where your red line is, which for me and my mom is conception, because that's biblical.
Right. And it's not just biblical, it's scientific fact. Life begins at conception. So even take the Bible out of it. If you're an atheist or an agnostic, or you just don't believe in God or Jesus or the Bible, take all of that out. Science has proven life begins at conception.
So if you are not red-lined on that point, where is your point? Is it 8 months in the womb? Is it a year old out past the womb?
Yeah.
Because that's what we're probably moving towards. So
we're already there. We're already there. We're killing babies up to birth and even after they're born. And California is now voting to let them die, to kill babies 28 days after birth. Oh, no, they're not, Victoria. Go look it up. Go look it up. I love how people that don't know anything about this issue tell those of us in the fight, we don't know what we're talking about. Yeah. We're making things up. We're not making it up.
You said for so many years that full-term abortion was legal in other states.
It has been since before Roe v. Wade.
Until New York. They thought that was the first state to do it because they didn't believe. New York was the 7th state to legalize full-term abortion up to 9 months. So it sounds insane for us to be sitting here saying, and now another state's letting it 28 days after birth, you can still abort. It sounds insane because it is insane, but it is happening.
We keep pushing the envelope, you guys. We keep pushing it further and further. Then what? A 2-year-old gets on their mother's nerves. You think this is radical? It's not radical. What's more radical than killing a baby up to birth, or right before that baby's born, or right after? What is more radical about that? And I don't mind talking about this on my birthday. So you can ask me questions about it, but this is what I'm passionate about. If you know me at all, you know this is what I'm passionate about. And folks, let me tell you this. You cannot plead ignorance anymore. You can't possibly plead ignorance about the issue of life. You're either in or you're out. There is no sitting on the fence anymore. When New York lit up buildings celebrating late-term abortion, and it was all over the news, it's all over the internet, it's still on YouTube, go look it up. That's when I believe God said, pick a side. No more on the fence. No more, I don't know anymore. I just don't know that no, pick a side. Choose a side. One girl said to me, well, I am pro-life, but it's still her choice. Then you're pro-choice. And I don't even like to say pro-choice. I say pro-abortion. You're pro-abortion.
There's no choice. Your choice is abortion. There's nothing pro-choice about being pro-choice. A choice is I have options. If I go to a restaurant and they're like, what would you like to choose? Broccoli or French fries? Let's be honest. We all should.
I used to choose French fries. I now choose broccoli.
Okay. Well, I'm going to pick a French fry depending on what time of the month it is.
I'll have a couple.
But that you are choosing one or the other. So when you say pro-choice, what is the other alternative to abortion? There isn't one. Pro-choice believes whether it's, well, I wouldn't do it, but she can because it's her body, her choice. Like my mom is saying, where is your red line? Because that will only transfer to a 4-month pregnant woman, an 8-month pregnant woman, a 28-day-old newborn that the mom says, my choice. It's no longer her body. The baby's not in her body. But at what point are you uncomfortable with it?
It's not her body when the baby's in her body, honey. And I know you know that. It's a separate. These are 2 human lives. When the mother's pregnant, it's still 2 separate lives, period. There is no, it's my body, my choice. It's not your body. It's not our body. When I chose 34 years ago. It wasn't my body to choose, but I believed the lies. I was manipulated because I was in a desperate situation with two little girls that I could barely take care of because their biological father had taken off, done nothing for us financially. I was desperate. So it's easy to manipulate women in the most vulnerable time of their life by saying, it's not going to bother you at all, and it's not even a baby anyway, and it's your choice. She's right. There is no other choice. You're either pro-death. Someone said to me yesterday, I'm insulted. Don't call me pro-death because I'm pro-choice. You don't like the terminology, but it's the fact. If you're pro-choice, which I hate that word, it's not pro-choice. It's pro-abortion or pro-death. There is no pro-choice. I think I give more options to women than Planned Parenthood does. I want to sit down and talk to them about all their options, answer their questions about everything, adoption, parenting, even abortion. I will answer their questions. I'll answer them all honestly. You walk into an abortion clinic, they give you one choice. Yeah. And if you think Planned Parenthood and abortion clinics are so all about women, call them up tomorrow and ask them for free diapers. Call them up tomorrow and ask them for free baby clothes. Yeah. Call them up tomorrow and ask them for free maternity clothes or help with their bills. Or
call them and ask them, tell them you're not sure. Would you recommend maybe like someone talking to me about this because I'm on the fence? They're not going to do that either. They're not going to do that.
So it drives me nuts to hear, oh, they love women. They care about women. I'll tell you who cares about women. Pregnancy resource centers across the country. That's who cares about women. They're offering free services, free ultrasounds. Call Planned Parenthood, ask them for a free ultrasound. Do that tomorrow. We'll see how far that gets you. Call a pregnancy resource center tomorrow. They'll give you a free one, just like that. Call them for baby food. As I said, all these other things, they're going to give them to you for free with no obligation, with no condemnation, no judgment. Even if you call and say, I'm just not sure if I'm going to have an abortion or not, but I need a free ultrasound. Come on in and get one. Call Planned Parenthood tomorrow. Flood their phones across this country and ask them for free diapers, free maternity clothes, free baby food, free options counseling. They're not going to give it. Their number one product is abortion. But they fed a lie to the community. They fed a lie to our country that they're not.
Word, Planned Parenthood.
Well, they were brilliant. That was brilliant marketing.
That was so brilliant marketing. Because there's nothing. You're not planning anything. It's you're probably more than likely in an unplanned parenting situation if you find yourself at an abortion clinic. But the wording is manipulative and
well, it was done on purpose.
Marketing.
It didn't start that way when Margaret Sanger, who is a racist, started Planned Parenthood many, many years ago. Go look this stuff up. If I say something to you and you guys think, oh, that radical crazy nut, go look it up.
You are a little radical.
I am when it comes to abortion.
Maybe we're all crazy.
I am when it comes to this issue.
She can be a little nutty.
Yeah, that's true.
But you know what?
I don't apologize.
That's why we love her.
No, everyone does not love me. Trust me. That is not, everyone does not. But even those who are pro-life don't all love me.
But what Mom was saying is Margaret Sanger, her whole purpose behind starting Planned Parenthood was to eradicate the Black community. And
Hispanic. I mean, she wanted to get rid of anybody she deemed lesser than her.
Right. But that was a huge,
the poor community.
The poor communities.
Number one was the Black community.
It was because she says she strategically placed them in the inner city where that population was larger. And if you look at the population of the Black community at that time versus now, there's hardly any difference because it worked. What she wanted to do worked. And she wanted to prey on people who found themselves in a vulnerable situation, inner city, lower income, poverty stricken, and make this accessible, what seems like easy, quick fix. And 64 million, however many.
It's about 72 million now. You know what? That's why I always don't understand when the Black community get behind Planned Parenthood.
Yeah.
I don't understand. If they really researched the history of Margaret Sanger and Planned Parenthood's mission. Planned Parenthood is now getting away from it because word's gotten out. People are finding out, and they don't want you guys to know about their founder because then they're afraid if you find out the truth about what they're really about. Go research where they place these Planned Parenthood clinics. Go research in the areas where they put them.
Listen to Candace Owens does a 2-hour thing on this, and she says the most crazy thing are when the Black community is pro Planned Parenthood, because it was started to get rid of you.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
So
more children in New York are aborted than born. More Black children.
Yeah,
are aborted.
And again, this
than
isn't
born.
just us making stuff up.
Go
These
look
are
it
all
up.
statistics.
Everything we're telling you can look at. Okay, I know this show wasn't supposed to be about this, but it is my
Eat
birthday.
your cake.
And it's my
Have your
birthday, and I can
cake
talk about it if I want to. So go visit my website, victoriarobinson.org. If you are someone who is considering an abortion, or you're someone who's already had an abortion, whether you're a man who participated or a woman who chose abortion, I offer at Reassemble, my nonprofit, help for those of you who are looking for help. If you've already chosen abortion or you haven't and you're considering it, please get in touch with me through Instagram, through Facebook. I can't tell you how many people have reached out to me through social media that I've been able to help with adoption, that I've been able to help them with the decision they're making, giving them the facts and the truth. And it's interesting. Somebody wrote, I don't get how a woman who is pregnant can say it's my body. Here's what's funny. That's great. Who's pregnant with a boy can say that's my body. Yeah, I mean, I know there's a lot of things about the transgender stuff, but ma'am, if you're pregnant with a boy, he has a penis. You don't. And by the way, while we're here, not going to get into that whole subject. We'll leave that for another day.
I want to keep this lighter.
With Brandon Showalter, I'm going to have him back talking about that issue. But here's something I find interesting, and I want to make sure and educate you or edumacate you. If you're a man, I don't care if you dress like a woman, that's your business. I don't care if you change your body to try to look like a woman, that's your business. You cannot be pregnant. If you're dressing as a man and you're pregnant, it's because you're a woman. Okay? It's because you're a woman. Anyways, had to get that out there.
Okay.
Only women can have children. Only women. Period.
Correct.
So, yeah. And the other thing, too,
is... and Hoda right now.
Well, I wish I had my coffee. The other thing, too, that you were about the my body thing, it's my body. Your body doesn't kick you. Your body's not kicking you or elbowing you. That's another person's body kicking you and elbowing you.
Well, okay, but also my body, my choice. Now I've just had it. Let's be honest.
And we can't get to the waves and stuff on Instagram. I can't reach. You're way up
my
there.
Body, my choice. Let me just say something that doesn't make, oh man, we're 10 more minutes. I've got to interview you.
What? We're good. We are fine. If we go over, we go over.
You guys are the same group of people who are telling me that I must get a vaccination. But yet, what a double standard.
Oh, true.
My body, my choice, but not when it comes to a vaccine. So you can mutilate a child inside of me, rip them limb from limb, literally, or burn them with acid. That's your choice. But if I don't want an injection of a chemical that I kind of don't think most people should have gotten, you're going to tell me that I should get it. So that's a double standard. So if you're going to err on the your body, your choice, if you're going to stay there and you're not going to be swayed to believe how I believe, then if you stay there, you also have to support and condone people that choose not to get a vaccination for their children, for COVID, for this monkeypox, all this, stuff. You can't pick and choose what you're going to say is your body, your choice, right, but then not allow that to be placed on somebody else.
That's good. That's
really
good.
The difference is why I can say that I choose not to vaccinate, whether it's my children or myself. I'm not saying whether I do or don't, but I'm saying I get to make that decision because I want medical freedom. A child being mutilated, there's no medical freedom about that. That's ending a life.
Yeah. So
a doctor who takes what's called a Hippocratic oath to do no harm, #registered nurse over here, you are an oxymoron as a physician, and your license should be revoked because you are absolutely causing harm to the baby and to the potential mother's potential for depression, anxiety, suicide,
or even to kill her. I mean, abortions have been known to kill women. So you're putting both patients at risk.
You guys are so quick to, and I say you guys because I just mean that. I don't want to say party. I just mean group of people that I hear.
Look, there are
pro-women.
There are Christians who vote for pro-death candidates. So shame on you.
Pro-choice. But yet then when a vaccine comes, you're like, hold them down and give it to them.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't even think you should be held down to do an abortion.
And that happens too. But and I do want to say this: when people
I'm
say
just
to
gonna
me,
eat this cake.
"Go ahead." When people say to me, "Do how do you treat the women?" The women are victims in abortion. There are those women who purposefully get pregnant to have abortions, believe it or not. But I think they're a little mental. There are women who use abortion as birth control. I think that they're a little bit, something's just not connected there. Maybe from their childhood, they weren't nurtured. That something's just missing. But the majority of those women, it is the doctor, in my opinion, who should be held accountable. It's the abortionist. It's those people working at the abortion industry.
They're preying on vulnerable people in a dire state.
It's a multi-billion-dollar business. That's what you guys need to understand. The abortion industry is a multi-billion-dollar industry. Why do you think they fight? Why do you think they fight people like me? Why do you think politicians are in uproar? Because those politicians get paid under the table to make sure they protect the abortion issue. It has nothing to do with being for women's rights, for wanting or having women.
Ashley has a great
question. Or for wanting to benefit women, or because they're about women's rights and women's health. It has nothing to do with it. The bottom line is greed. Dead babies have built mansions. Dead babies have gotten afforded people yachts and a very nice way of living. Dead babies. Mm-hmm. Let that sink in for a minute. Hey, Valerie. I love you.
Love you, Mama Val, girl. Okay, I would like to answer this. How do you feel about abortion, excuse me, guys, when it comes to someone who was sexually assaulted or raped, molested, and finds themselves pregnant? First of all, that's terrible.
Horrible.
But my first thought is, why would the baby receive the consequence of death for being an innocent party playing no role in sexual assault, rape, or molestation? The baby takes
is innocent.
The ultimate punishment, which is death. And the rapist, the pedophile, the molester typically doesn't find themselves getting the execution chair. So that's my first thought. The second thought is that the chance of that happening, I believe, is less than 1%. I think it's a smaller,
less than 1%.
It's 0.01 something. I know it's less than 1%. I need to get the exact. It's not even 2%.
No, but Planned Parenthood, the abortion industry, has preyed on women and on the country to convince you all these women are they have to have the right because of what she just mentioned. And listen, I want to make sure I make this point clear. That is horrific. Yeah. And the rapist should pay to the fullest extent of the law and throw away the key. But what I say to women who have, and I've had 2 in my whole career, 2 in 26 years. One chose abortion, one did not. The one who chose abortion came to me for counseling for after abortion trauma recovery. And she said, everyone was saying, get rid of it, get rid of it. You're not going to want to be reminded of the rapist. So I did it. And then I realized later, Victoria, that was my baby too. It wasn't just the rapist baby. Mm-hmm. So on top of the trauma of rape, she had to deal with the trauma of abortion. The other woman chose adoption. She said it was the greatest decision she ever made, that God took something so ugly, the rape, and turned it into this beautiful baby boy that she was able to bless with another family. So rape.
But also the chances scientifically, again, registered nurse, I've worked emergency room. We've had women come in that have been sexually assaulted. Horrible, disgusting. Horrible and disgusting. When a woman is in that state of being attacked or being raped, her body is in a state of we call it the fight or flight. Adrenaline's pumping, your cortisol shooting out of your kidneys like crazy. You're in a state of stress. You're creating a hostile environment in your cervix. You're not creating an environment that says
susceptible to.
Right.
Yeah.
For babies to be made, a good uterus is in a good state. And I won't get into anything else, but I'm just saying when a woman is in that state, it's very, very rare. That's why in your plus 20 years, you've had 2 women, which is awful. One woman.
It's horrible. It's horrible. Please don't hear what we're not saying.
You have had thousands and thousands of women through one-night stands, boyfriends, drunken nights, whatever.
Yeah.
That's a lot more common. And so that is never, to me, ever an argument of like, well, we got to keep them open for the rape victims. It's not that frequent. It's
not just happens. That it's not that frequent. Let's think about the woman. she's had a traumatic experience by being raped. Then we're going to add another traumatic experience of abortion. If we really care about the woman, then let's talk about the woman. And as Tawni said, the baby is an innocent product. The baby's an innocent bystander of what? I always say, is it fair for the child to die for the sins of its father, of its biological father? I mean, is it? Should I pay for the sins of my father? Should my father killed someone? Should I be the one that goes to prison because my father killed someone? No. So yeah, that's a whole, I mean, that's an argument. It is a great question, but and it's heartbreaking, but it's what they'll hold on to convince you this is the one reason. There is no reason. None. Now look, an ectopic pregnancy is not an abortion. It is not an abortion. And people have been asking me that because of all the Roe v. Wade talk and Roe being overturned. And that is going to happen, by the way. And hear me when I say, those of you who are freaking out about Roe being overturned, abortion is not going to be illegal when Roe is overturned. What happens, yeah, unfortunately, is that the decision goes back to each state to decide. So there will still be legal abortions in this country. Overturning Roe does not end all abortions. It does not. But if you're listening to all this Roe v. Wade talk and abortion, and you're being triggered because you've had an abortion in your past, and I know you have because I've heard from more people than ever in my career in the last month or so, couple months since all this talk about Roe, please get in touch with me and we'll get you the help. I'll help you find the resources in your area, or you can attend one of my Reassemble retreats. And we can have a phone call about it. So there is help for you. If you're getting triggered, reach out. We'll get you the help you need. Honey, I mean, this has been great. We're not done. You know what? Look, we can go over.
It's been great.
We can go over Planned Parenthood's biggest money laundering scam. Oh gosh, Planned Parenthood is one of the most wicked.
I'm interviewing you,
and I can't look up there to Instagram.
This is like a man in a sports club.
So can you wait? Because a lot of